It's been 5 years since Ijenma became the face of Africa, and Ijenma's influence is spreading even wider. Odinga, her father, is very angry at this time. Madam Monica has been in jail for 3 years now. Ijenma reported her to the right authorities in Nigeria and they picked her up. In court, she was trying hard to deny, but the many abused young girls were in court to give witness against her. Madam would be in jail for 25 whole years. The girls were immediately sent to a rehab for training for a new responsible lifestyle. One of the major things they were taught at the rehab is do what your children would be proud of you for. Ijenma's auntie that brought her to Lagos begged for forgiveness and proved that she didn't know that Madam Monica used girls to run her night relationship business, thereby destroying the future of the girls as well as expose them to sometimes incurable diseases. Years ago, while Ijenma was still a toddler, just about 3 years old, Odinga married a 4th wife, Chekube, who fortunately gave birth to 2 boys. Odinga's attention was on the 2 boys and not at all on the girls. The 2 boys, Ifanacho and Woke Abia, became his pride. Growing up seemed great for them because nobody was allowed to correct, scold, counsel, or insist on their doing the right thing at any time except Odinga. Even their mom had no say on issues around the boys. They were like untouchable trophies to Odinga. Ifanacho followed hard after his father. Nwokabia was more stubborn and somehow didn't want to walk in his father's footsteps. He hated the fact that Odinga, his father, was always shouting orders to his mother Chekube and the other wives. It turned his stomach each time he heard his father barking out instructions to his mother. So, early, he started to look at what next to do outside crop farming. Life in Obe didn't give him many options, but he heard of his now famous global celebrity half sister, Ijenma. He started asking questions on how to reach her. Meanwhile, after Odinga went to see Ulonna to apologize for kicking them out of his house when Ijenma was just 6 months old, Odinga wanted Ulonna to come back to him as wife. Odinga said, "Ulo, I am sorry for everything I did to you. I was desperate to have a male child. Please forgive me for everything. Also, I want you to come back as my wife. I will attend to all the details involved about going back to pay the bride price a second time." Ulonna said, "I have heard you, but the answer is no, and 1,000 times no. I cannot come back now. It's far too late. Forgive you? Yes, I have forgiven you. But as for marrying you again, no. Your values and mine are not the same. You value children according to their sex. I don't. Child is child. Yes, at the point you came to me, you married me because I am an only girl among 8 children. So you reckoned that boy producing gene is inside me. I didn't know much at that time. I didn't know it could turn either way. God created male and female. So my giving birth to a girl, Ijenma, was a disappointment to you, but not to me. I was very grateful to God that I came out of the delivery room alive with my baby. One woman that hated my mother had told her that I would die at childbirth. But her evil machinations didn't work. But you were disappointed. No wahala. I came back to care for Ijenma, whom I regarded as a true blessing, a big, big blessing. It was tough, but God helped us. So please know, there's no going back to you. Sorry. Odinga said, okay, thank you. Just think about it, and anytime you are ready, just come home. And he left. The next day, Nwokabia came to see Ulonna since he heard that she was in her new house in Obe Kingdom. Nwokabia opened up to her. Mama, I know you don't know me, but I am Nwokabia Odinga. I heard what my father did to you and our big sister Ijenma. He meant it to punish you for giving birth to a girl. But see what has happened. See what God has done. See what sister has become. If she was a boy, is there anything like Mr. Africa? Mama, is there Mr. Africa? Mama, please, I want to go to Lagos to see Sister Ijenma. I don't want to stay in this village anymore. Papa keeps talking about inheritance. Mama, I don't want that inheritance. See what sister has become. She didn't use his so-called inheritance to become that. I don't want the inheritance even for free. He even shouted at me the other day that if I don't behave myself, that he would give my elder brother Ifanacho all the inheritance. Ulonna interrupted. Ha! Really? How come? Why? Nwokabia said, Mama, see, Papa owns the inheritance. He is not sharing it with anyone. He owns it 100%. But what has he done with it? Sister Ijenma has no inheritance. And see all she has done for this kingdom. Mama, I am done. Let him chop the inheritance. Let him chop it. I don't want. Please, I want to see Sister Ijenma. I want to follow you to Lagos. Mama, please. Ulonna said, Nwokabia, you are making a whole lot of sense. I have never thought about what you said now. No, Ijenma has no inheritance. In fact, I cried the day she told me she lived under the bridge in Lagos. She actually took me there. I had nothing to give her, nothing in terms of money and material things. But I taught her respect. I taught her contentment. I taught her integrity. I taught her loyalty. I taught her honesty, perseverance. I taught her that no matter what, as long as she has breath, she could always put in her best in anything she has the opportunity to do and produce results. It was not easy, but she took in the lessons. Nwokabia, I remember when her fellow kids mocked her because of her height. Ijenma never fought them. She never abused them. She would only tell them, I didn't create me. I didn't create my height. God made me different. Yes, Ijenma is coming back in 2 weeks' time. Maybe you would wait to see her when she comes. Nwokabia left. He waited restlessly for Ijenma. Meanwhile, even Ifanacho is equally growing cold about inheriting Odinga's many farms. He is thinking of mechanized farming rather. He had heard about it from one of his friends that came back from Zambia. He tried to talk about it with his father Odinga, and instead of welcoming the great idea, Odinga shouted him down. Ifanacho was becoming full of ideas. He said he was tired of doing it the same old way his father does it, when there are better ways of doing it to get far better results. In 2 weeks, Ijenma came back from Lagos to see her mom in Obe, and Ifanacho and Nwokabia came to see her. Having introduced themselves, they started discussing with Ijenma immediately. Ifanacho said, Sister Ijenma, I am very proud of you and all you have done. We heard all Papa did, but that's okay because it has worked out for good. Imagine if he didn't, you would have been married to one palm wine tapper. Also, like all the other sisters in the family. Papa is only interested in collecting bride price and marrying them off as fast as possible. Only one is remaining now because she refused to marry all the suitors Papa has been bringing. I don't know where she got the idea, but she said she will tow a different pathway. Anyway, sister, I want to go into mechanized farming. Papa is not interested at all. He says that the land his forefathers gave him should remain in the family and be cultivated the way he was taught by his ancestors. I told him that mechanized farming will give us a lot more than we are getting. My friend came from Zambia and told me about mechanized farming. He is a tractor driver there. In short, I am not interested in inheriting his land self. Our Igwe would give me part of the community land, if not all of it, to do mechanized farming in. But I really don't know how to go about it, sister. Please help us, sister. Please help me. All this while, Ijenma was all ears listening to her half-brothers. She's happy that they came looking for her, and she sees this as an opportunity to further help her agricultural community to not only produce more and better crops, but also to open up a line of exporting natural produce from Obe Kingdom. She said they should give her some days to explore that area and talk with some people in Lagos. Ijenma went back to Lagos after just spending the weekend in Obe. In Lagos, she found that there's a school for mechanized farming training for farmers. Those that do well are sent to Israel for a 6-month internship. And entry requirement is just your interest in farming and ability to learn fast. Every evening, the students who came from various parts of the country who knew little or no English were taught basic English. This was in view of the fact that they would be interacting with some English-speaking manufacturers of the machines. Some also were taught German for the same reason. The boys were getting ready to go to Lagos. Odinga was angry with them, very angry. He hollered, "So both of you want to leave my ancestral inheritance? You want to go to Lagos? Are you mad? Something is wrong with you, seriously. Who would worship the gods of my fathers? Who would continue with the due sacrifices on our lands? The gods would strike you dead if you live like that. It has never been done that our male children, our sons, would leave our inheritance in Obe. Never." He stomped to Chekube, their mother, and barked, "You evil woman! You gave birth to useless sons. You gave birth to boys who reason like women. They have no regard for the inheritance my ancestors gave me. You are a curse to my lineage, you this woman, and as a result, you have to die." The woman shouted, frightened, "How? Me? Die? What did I do?" Chekube asked. Odinga said, "You gave me bastards and not sons. I asked for sons. You gave me girls with the bodies of boys. I married you. I paid a high price on your head. But these boys, yes, I don't think you got them from me. You must have gotten them from outside. And any woman that does that in this village, in this kingdom, is supposed to die. You will go to our Arusi, our shrine, to swear. I don't want to hear pim from you again." Odinga reported to Igwe. Igwe tried to calm him down, but he insisted. Igwe had understood mechanized farming because of his interactions with people outside Obe Kingdom. But Odinga wouldn't listen to Igwe either. Ignorance is actually in levels. On the day that his fourth wife, Chekube, the mother of his 2 sons, was to do the swearing before the shrine and the gods, Obe people all gathered to witness this once in a blue moon event. They waited for Odinga, but no one saw him. He went to bed shouting at everyone in his house the night before. Nobody bothered to go and wake him up. Chekube was supposed to be his favorite wife, but has fallen out of favor because of the decisions of her sons, Ifanacho and Wokabia. They waited. Igwe had to send the wives back home to go and get their husband. Through the window, they saw he was lying down with his hands and legs straight. They shouted, but no one answered. Odinga is dead. They quickly buried him and his troubles. And the inheritance? Would Odinga carry the inheritance to his grave? Anger is a destroyer of men and women. Ijenma took the 2 boys and even the remaining girl, Onyedika, with her to Lagos. While the boys would go to the mechanized farming training school, Onyedika would work in Ijenma's office in the interim before she really makes an informed decision on what next to do. Wow, Ijenma, the light of Obe Kingdom. From rejected and abandoned to being the hope of Odinga's family, the hope of the people of Obe Kingdom. What do you really think? See what Ijenma has become for not giving up on herself after her father rejected her. See what she became for not giving in to pressure even when she had no hope of the next meal. There's actually no excuse for failure to do the right thing. Stand strong and win. Please let's know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please encourage us to roll out more African folktales, more African real life stories by giving this video a thumbs up, and also subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. Yes, please remember to click the bell icon so you would be among the first to know when we upload another very interesting story. And please share our stories with your friends and family. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being there for us. This is African Folktales ChinChin. Till our next video, remain truly amazing. Goodbye.